Oh, all right, very good. We soak it so that the solution that we put on them is a white cement, and this particular one, because it's dark, has two different dyes in it. It's got brown and black dye and water, okay? So, after they've been soaked, the cement solution will when you apply it, it'll not stick. If it were dry, it would stick. There's no rhyme or reason how it goes on. You're just going to apply it and then you wipe it off. If I were doing white, I would be wiping it off in layers. This particular solution though, I take a really wet sponge to get it off, and I probably take most of it off in the first swipe. Alright? So, we go through about an 8-week period of training, and this would be a different training than the whiting process, and then we also have weathered bronze, and that would be still another different training period, okay? The things that we do in the verdigris color are red and green pieces, and then the orange pieces for Halloween. We also have a giraffe, it's a buff color, and that is also one of the pieces that gets verdigris. Okay, so I've got it all applied on here. I'm going to take it off, and I like to take it off. Everybody kind of does their finishing a little differently than the next person. For this, I like to just kind of wipe my sponge around it so that the verdigris stays in the crevices. Alright. So, do that. And this is a pretty fast process. This is what I've done this morning, so obviously it goes a little faster than if I were just whiting it. So the end result here will be just to make sure I don't have any smudges. For these pumpkins especially, I want it to be fairly clean except in those crevices. And voila! That's how it comes out. And if I do have a smudge or two, what I'll do is go back over a piece. Once it's set on the table, and just do that. You can kind of see that helps. Alright? One of the last things that I will do is put my initials on a piece. I'll show you that in just a minute. I have to get this off, otherwise it will dry. This process probably dries just a little bit faster than your whiting. If I were whiting a piece like this, or like Sandy is, I would have probably a 10-15 minute period of time to get all the white off, and then if I needed to add more white or take more off, I could still have another 5 minutes or so with it. This, once you get this done, you don't want to mess with it too much afterwards. That's what makes it a little faster. And sometimes I can just take a wet finger and clean up if there's not too much. So, the last process, like I said, I want to make sure my hands are dry. I'm going to take this piece and put my initials on there, KM, and that's it. So they need to dry. At the end of my day, I'll push this card over to coating, which is your next step. That'll dry all night, and then the girls in coating will take over. Any questions?